Hey, what up, peeps, jeeps, and in-betweeps? It's your boy, Great White, finally back. Celebrate, everybody. Let's get some fruit hats in the chat and other, channel things. Hello and welcome. I did a quick announcement video for you guys. I want to give you a rundown on kind of where I've been and what's going on with the channel because some wild stuff has happened. I don't know if you guys noticed or not. Since the stream Monday morning, I haven't posted any content that I normally post, like Dragon Quest Builders and all that stuff. My Bioshock 2 series is still going. That's because I already have it all uploaded. It was just scheduled way ahead of time anyway. But I haven't been posting anything because the craziest stuff happened to me. I thought I'd make a quick update video to let you know about all the details. So Monday morning, I was up and awake and we're doing our regular Monday, Wednesday, Friday stream, right? We were playing Dragon Quest Builders. And about half an hour before the stream would normally end, my brother was in the apartment and he said, "Hey, look outside." And you could go and watch the stream at the end of the stream. It's pretty crazy. Like, it got super dark super fast, and like there was like these crazy winds going on. Like, wind was going that way and then that way and then that way, and then my power started to flicker. I was able to end the stream, get my computer turned off, and unplug it before anything bad happened. But almost immediately after I got my computer turned off and unplugged, we lost power, right? And my brother and I are just sitting in the living room, we're just waiting it out. And we look out, we have this big sliding glass door in our living room that looks out on our patio. And the wind was insane. After the fact, like, I've heard people say like upwards of 110-mile-per-hour wind, like upwards of. So it was crazy. So all this stuff's going on. We don't have any power. And then the storm finally goes away around like 1:30, close to 2 o'clock probably, and it's fine out. But we walk outside and there's a tree down over here on the road that I'm on and over there on the road that I'm on. So I'm literally trapped in my apartment. I can't leave to go anywhere. I don't have any power. I couldn't go to work. They ended up closing our work. And it turns out what happened is, like, we had this, what do they call it? A derecho, I think is what it's called. I don't know. I'm not a weatherman, but I can tell you what I experienced. It was the craziest stuff. So the this storm hit. I live in Midwestern Iowa, right? In the Midwest. I'm in Iowa. And I live in this city called Cedar Rapids, one of the bigger cities, not the biggest city, but one of the bigger cities in Iowa. And this storm was so crazy. Over 500,000 people went without power. Like, over 500,000 people lost power, which is just crazy, right? You can tell I'm pretty sunburned. That has to do with this story, right? So this is crazy. So we lose power Monday in the afternoon. And I didn't get power back again until not last night, but the night before. So right now it's the day I'm recording this. It's, what is today? Friday. So Wednesday night I got power, and I didn't have internet until Thursday night. Yeah, last night. So we were without power Monday, Tuesday, and pretty much all of Wednesday until like very, 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 very late at night. So we didn't have power for 3 days. And here's the crazy thing is that, okay, so Monday, so it all goes down. I'm still trying to get to work because nobody's told me that we don't have to go to work. They're like, "Oh, hey, we're closing down. You don't have to come to work." And there's like this attendance bonus thing going on right now. So I'm trying to get to work because I'm trying to make this extra cash from being at work every day this month. So I try to drive there in my car. I can't get out, but my brother's like, "Hey, Gray White, don't even sweat it, yo. I've got this Jeep Liberty with 4-wheel drive." So we get this Jeep Liberty and we're literally driving off the road into like this like median sort of area to get around like trees that are falling down. And then we're like guys, this hit the whole city. It hit the whole city. So like literally everywhere in Cedar Rapids, there are trees down in every street. Like these winds were so powerful, like everywhere there are trees down and power lines down everywhere. You cannot get from one side of Cedar Rapids to the other. It's crazy. So we're trying to, though. We're going down like these main streets and stuff that we kind of live around, and like there's like telephone lines or like power lines that are like down on one side but up on the other side. So there's like telephone lines like slanted across the road, and like you like barely see them. So like there are a couple times where I was like, "Oh no, Great White's brother, stop, we're about to run into a power line." So like that was pretty crazy. And then we ended up like not being able to get to work, and then we found out that they had closed the building. So it was like no big deal, right? But that was wild. That so like immediately following the storm, us trying to drive and like get to work was the craziest thing ever. And then like it was canceled. Then we had to figure out how to get back to the apartment, and it was just a whole ordeal. But that was just immediately following the storm. After that, we're kind of like sitting in the apartment, and like it's kind of funny because my brother and I both had just like gotten to like almost empty on our gas tanks. And it's funny, like within the day or two prior to the storm, we were both like, oh, I really need to go fill up on gas. And he's like, oh, me too. But it's like we live really close to everywhere we go. So like I can get to work on like an almost empty tank of gas a few times. So it's like I hadn't filled up my tank, but now the whole city's without power, right? Nobody has power. I can't fill up my gas tank, but I had like a little bit more than my brother. So he's like, you know what? We're like sitting in our apartment. It's like, what are we gonna do? Like, what are we gonna do? We walked to a local grocery store that happened to, it was probably like about a mile and a half away from our house. So we just walked over there, and they happened to have a generator, right? So they happen to have a generator running, and they're able to keep like, food and stuff fresh enough that we were able to like get stuff and take it back to the apartment and cook. But oh wait, we don't have power. That's the craziest. We don't have power. How am I supposed to cook the food? I can't wait to buy non-perishable food. So we went there and we got a couple waters, got some like bread and peanut butter and stuff. So it's like, oh, I can survive on bread and peanut butter for however long it's going to be until we have power again. Because we don't know what's going to go on. We don't know what's happening. All I see is that this is the craziest, most powerful storm I've ever seen in my life. And there's like trees and power lines down everywhere. I've never seen anything like it. It truly is the wildest thing that's ever happened to me. I thought for sure it was a tornado. I was so confident it had to have been a tornado. I guess not though. So yeah, Cedar Rapids still at this time right now, me talking to you, there's a lot of Cedar Rapids that still doesn't have power right now. I just am one of the very, very lucky ones that has power and has internet somehow. I don't know how. That's wild. I can't believe it. But okay, so we go to this local grocery store. We pick up our bread and like water and stuff, and we walk back to the apartment like a mile and a half, pretty long walk. And then we're sitting in the apartment. We're like, man, I really want some real food, It's like peanut butter sandwich, not great. So we're like, you know what? I think there's enough room for us to get like out of the apartment, right? Like because people had been driving up off of the road onto on like people's yards and like medians and stuff, and so we're like, all right, let's give it a try. So he and I end up leaving in my car. My brother and I are leaving in my car, and we're gonna try and go to another city just south of Cedar Rapids is called North Liberty. We decided to go and try and drive there to get gas first off, because I don't have any gas. We can't get gas anywhere in the in the city because everything's without electricity. So we're gonna try and go get gas, and then we're gonna try and find some food. We drive all the way there, and I use up about half of the gas I have left to get to that city, only to find out that city doesn't have power either, and we can't fill up the car, and there's nowhere with food. So I'm like living on a prayer, fingers crossed, driving back to the apartment for the city where we did absolutely nothing. And I know you guys are thinking like, oh, I forgot to mention this, which is pretty important, is that we lost power and electricity and like internet and stuff. But also all the cell phone towers around here got taken out too, I guess. So nobody had service on their phone. You couldn't call anybody. You couldn't text anybody. I couldn't just Google search and be like, oh, does North Liberty have electricity? Can I go get gas there? Like I couldn't call and ask. Like, so we're just really winging it. Like we have no idea what's going to happen. So then we're on our way back. And we end up meeting up with my brother's girlfriend, and we go with her to like go and get some more groceries because we had actually thought things through at that point. I drive back to her apartment, which is about as far away as that grocery store is from our house, but in a different direction. So we're both about the same distance from the grocery store. So we go there to her apartment, and we're kind of sitting and talking, and it's like, well, I guess we should probably go get some actual groceries, like some more stuff that we could eat to like survive through this. So we end up going back to the grocery store, and then I come back to my apartment after that because it's getting pretty late, and like when the sun goes down, guys, what are you gonna do? I can't just sit in my car. Like I'm running out of gas, and so my battery's gonna die. So it's like, and once it's dark, like it's dark. That's it. And like if my phone dies, how am I supposed to charge it? If we don't have electricity, my car is gonna die. I can't sit there and charge it in my car. Like I literally can't do anything. So we come back I come back to the apartment, and like the sun is just like just going down, so it's starting to get dusk. And I remember that like 2 or 3 years ago, I went to my parents' house, and they had this they a long time ago they bought, when I was in like little league, when I was like in like elementary school, my parents had bought this portable propane grill, and they had it just chilling in their garage like 2 or 3 years ago. I was like, hey, I'd love to have a grill. It's not like a real grill, but I'll take it so I can go and grill places. Like that'd be super awesome. And they were like, oh sure, Great White, go ahead and have it. So I took the, you know how parents talk. I took the grill, and I brought it back to my apartment in Cedar Rapids, right? And I had it just chilling in my garage, and I kind of forgot about it. But then I was like, I actually went out and bought groceries like a day or two, like no, actually the night before the storm hit, I went and bought groceries. So like I have all this food in my fridge. It's gonna go bad. It's all gonna go bad. It's gonna be so awful because it's like, oh, I just spent all this money and I had to throw all this food away. I don't even get to eat it. And so I remembered I had that grill though, so I went and grabbed that, and I just started grilling up food in the dark. I couldn't see anything. It was so dark. I was trying to grill this food. I just overcooked it on purpose because I was like, I have like this little orange flashlight, but it's like a blue LED. You can't see anything really with it, like not any detail. So I can't check my food to see if it's ready with this little blue LED. So I'm just like, I don't know, let it cook for like half an hour, and then I'll be like, that's good enough. And so that's what I ate. But then the next day, my brother and his girlfriend come over to our apartment again. He had stayed over there with her, and then they come over to our apartment, right? And they're just kind of chilling. And we're like, well, we need to eat. Like that's that, like the literally like our days, the 3 days we went without power consisted of us just like, well, nobody knows what's going on. We don't know when we're ever gonna have power, or like electricity, or like internet, or anything again. And like phone service had been in and out a little bit. Like there were times where you had service for a second, and times you didn't. But like again, I didn't have a way to charge my phone, so it was like, ugh. I tried not to be too crazy about my phone usage. But when she came over, when the two of them came over, and they were at this apartment, and the one that my brother and I share, we were like, well, I mean, we need to eat. We got to eat. So it's like, well, she's running out of gas. Like she doesn't have that much gas to get around. So it's like, we don't want to waste it going to the gas station, or not the gas station, but the grocery store over and over again. So for Tuesday and Wednesday, both those days, they just came over and hung out, and then we walked all the way to that grocery store again. We walked all the way to that grocery store again, and we just like picked up food that we could prepare and eat right away. So we got like some burgers and like cheese and stuff, and like some buns and stuff that we could cook on that grill that I happen to have, because we didn't have that. Is like, what would we do if we didn't have that, guys? We would only be able to eat like peanut butter sandwiches, or like it would have to be like food that you don't have to cook. Like what would we do? I don't know. So it's just like the chances that we just happen to have that grill and have a propane tank that fits it perfectly, unbelievable. So yeah, so Wednesday it all goes down. Tuesday and Thursday we literally just come over here, walk to the store to get food, walk back. That gets us back right around dinner time, because it's like, honestly guys, I just tried to sleep away as much of it as I could. I just like like the sun comes out, I don't get up until like noon or like 1 or 2, because it's like, what am I gonna do? Everything I do is on the computer, on the internet. So it's just the wildest thing. But anyway, Tuesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we do that. That's all we do. We just go and get food, come back, and then that's it. We played some card games and stuff while we were hanging out on the patio. Just while there was light out, we played some card games to pass the time. And then Thursday rolls around, and I got power late Wednesday night, right? So very late Wednesday night, I was already going to sleep by the time I got power. So like whatever. But then I wake up the next day, and so that would be Wednesday, Thursday, right? Thursday yesterday. So Thursday I wake up, and we kind of do the same thing again, because we have power now, but we still don't have internet, but we can like charge our phone and stuff. And yesterday what I did is I ended up walking. I walked up to one of the gas stations close to me. They still didn't have power, so they weren't pumping gas, so I couldn't get gas there. So I was still stuck at the apartment, and only able to like walk to the grocery store and stuff and do that. But by that point, I think my brother and his girlfriend were kind of fed up with walking, so they were like, we're just gonna drive. we'll have electricity soon enough, because there have been reports that they're getting electricity on in some places around us, and like I had just gotten electricity now, so we were sure we were going to be able to get gas eventually. Like it was coming up pretty soon. But so after that, I walked. I really wanted to have gas again because, like, listen, guys, grilling burgers is cool, but like, I love Chipotle. I love to go, not fast food, but I love to go get food from places. So I was like, man, I gotta get gas in this car. So I walked not the way of the gas station, but the other direction. I walked like probably twice as far as the grocery store is, just to go and see if the gas stations near me have gas and if they can pump the gas. And here's the craziest thing is they did. I get there, I'm like, hey, do you guys have power? Oh, great. And you have gas, right? And they're like, yep. Sure enough, you can only pay with cash. I just happen to have cash, which was wild. I can't believe I never have cash, but I just happen to have cash this time. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go get my car. So I walk all the way back to my apartment again, right? I walk all the way back to my apartment. This is like 2 miles or something. Yeah, it's a pretty long distance. Maybe it's only a mile. I don't know. It's pretty far though. And it was like super hot out. Hence why I'm so sunburnt right now, you can see. And so I go and I get my car, and my car tells me how many miles left till empty. My car says, hey, Gray White, welcome to your car. It is 4 miles until empty. And that will get me there. And if I'm very, very lucky, back, hopefully, maybe, if they just, and here's the wild thing, right? So I get my car and I drive to the gas station, and as I'm walking up to purchase the gas, to hand my $30 over, I was like, here's my $30 cash. I would like gas on pump 6, please. She's like, okay, well, you better hurry, because they're about to go bag it off, and they're not gonna have gas anymore. And I was like, oh my God, if I just walked all the way there and back to get my car to come, and you tell me you have gas, and you're not gonna give me gas, I'll be so mad. But I was luckily like the last person that got to get gas. But it was so close. Oh, it was so close. I almost couldn't get gas. And then I would have had to walk back again and leave my car there. But luckily, I did end up getting gas. So finally, I was able to get around. I have electricity. My internet came back on last night. So like, I've got internet. Hey, nice. So I'm pretty much back to normal. But today, I decided, because I've only seen like what's really like close to me, and I'm on like I live on like one quadrant of the city that's split up like, for the most part, for the most part, Cedar Rapids is split up like southwest, northwest, northeast, southeast. Like it's like quadrants sort of split by the highway and the river. So kind of. I mean, there's more to it than that. And then there's like Marion, Hiawatha, all these other cities kind of connected to it, and like it's pretty big. I mean, there's a lot going on, but I just drove around today just to like go check out the mall and like go see the other sides of the town, and like, guys, it is crazy. It is crazy. This storm absolutely obliterated this city. It is wild. I was gonna take some pictures to show you guys, but I live pretty close to an ice arena. So, oh yeah, this is one of the bigger things I forgot to tell you guys about too, is I live close to this ice arena, and there's like railroad tracks next to the ice arena. That's like this company that does like, I'm not even sure what they do, but when we were walking, we would walk to that grocery store, right, to get our food and stuff for the day. On the way, there was all this damage, right, and there were like huge trees. Like I can't describe how, like, I mean, a tree so big that if you saw it normally, you would be like, wow, that's just a tree. But it's also a very large tree. That's a big tree for just a tree. It's so big, just totally torn out of the ground, like completely from the roots, like chunks of ground just torn out, right? Just laying over next to where they were. And then also this ice arena, right? We have an ice arena in Cedar Rapids, and a huge hole, like a whole wall was torn out of the ice arena. You can see straight into it. Like, it's gigantic. Like, it's like, I don't know, like, can we talk in feet or like meters? Probably like, I don't know, like 20 meters wide and like, I don't know, 30, 40 meters tall would be my guess. I'm not good at meters. I want to say that's accurate, but I'm probably describing it probably, I don't know, because meters are big. It's probably big. It's probably smaller than what I just said, but it's huge. It's huge. I should have taken pictures. I really should have. I don't know. I can't believe I didn't. Oh yeah, because I was trying to conserve phone battery. But that, and then there's like this grains, I think like a grains, it's some kind of silo, but I think it's like a grain silo. I don't know things about stuff. But this silo next to this railroad track by the ice arena is like it's huge silo, like not like a normal silo where like a corn silo where they're kind of like skinny and tall. This is like a short fat silo, and it was caved in like the roof caved in on itself. It was just huge, and this was done by wind. By wind? Are you kidding me? That's wild. And like, oh yeah, while we were walking to like the gas station, or not the gas station, I keep saying gas station. While we were walking to the grocery store, we had to like, we were like planning our paths, because like some streets you just straight up couldn't go down. You straight up couldn't go down them. Like some streets were just like literally like house to house, just trees. Like I couldn't even walk through it. Like maybe I could, but I'd have to be like super Tarzan style. It just would be impossible. So we're having to like cut other ways, and like as we're walking around and like near all these power lines that have been torn down, and there's just like open wires laying on the ground, and it's like, hopefully I don't die. Hopefully because like I'm not dumb. I imagine they probably cut off the power, right? They probably cut off the power to these power lines when they're working on them, and then once they're up, they'll turn it back on. But who knows? Like, who knows if like, they go to turn on one power line and somehow that's connected to another one. I don't know anything about electricity, but I'm still not trying to listen. There's a very wise old lightning bug that told me you got to play it safe around power lines. You don't fly kites around power lines. You got to play safe around them. So I'm not trying to mess around power lines. So like, it was so scary walking around all these power lines and stuff. It was pretty wild stuff. My ukulele is making a guest appearance that whole video. I bet that was annoying. It's going to drive me crazy. But yeah, what was the other thing? Oh yeah, and then like when we finally got to the last road leading to the grocery store that we were going to, like there was this tree down in the street. And like people just didn't care at all. People just didn't care at all. They drove right through this person's yard, and like it was just absolute mud. Just mud. Like there was nothing left of the yard. People were just driving through this person's yard like it's no big deal. Like sorry, gotta get to where I'm going. Oh boy, guys, it has been. In reflection, right? In reflection on this last few days of my life, it was a very interesting reality check, right? Because like we all get so comfortable with our day-to-day lives. Like I get home, like I wake up, I record some videos, I get some videos uploading, I do a stream, I get in my car and I drive and get gas if I need to, and buy lunch before I go to work, and then I'm at work, and then I come home and maybe play a few more video games before I get in my car and drive to the gym and come back, and then maybe eat a little bit of food and maybe record some more games and then go to sleep and do it all over again. And it's all just like that's my life. But like guys, like really for these past 3 days, like it's such an interesting reality check to have those things you're so used to, all those things you rely on and you don't really like think about or appreciate very much, just literally taken away from you, to honestly be pushed to the point where like I have to actually like you got to appreciate like this luck that you have sometimes. Is like I'm thinking of my personal situation. I don't know, everybody has this, but like just the chances that I had that grill in my garage. If I didn't have that grill in my garage, I would be living off of peanut butter sandwiches, which is like, not the worst thing in the world. Like, I mean, I understand there's far worse fates than that, but it's like, to be lucky enough that I live close enough to a grocery store that I was able to walk to and get food, and then that I had something to grill the food on at all. It's oh man, like, but those were like lifelines for me, right? Like if I didn't have those, like I would have been just sitting, because like I don't have any food in the apartment. Everything was going bad in the fridge. The perishables the non-perishables I have are little to none. So you could call it poor planning on my part, I guess. But like, I don't know. It was just such a crazy thing. It's like there were a couple times where my brother and I and his girlfriend, we were just kind of laughing, because it's like, wow, this is our life right now. Like this is it. Like there's like what are we gonna do? Like we can't leave. Nobody has gas. Like we don't know how far we have to get until we can get gas. Like we're stuck. Like this is just us. This is what we're doing. And it's so crazy that our life, even in light of the pandemic and everything going on, it's so crazy that it's just crazy oh, what am I trying to say? That the things you take for granted when they're taken away is just like you're left with just the bare minimum, and it makes you almost kind of reevaluate your life and what you value and like what's important to you. I don't know. It was an interesting couple days. Very scary for some parts of it, but like, in the back of my head, I knew it was going to be fine and everything was going to go back to normal eventually. But it was just like, how long is that going to take? It's just a crazy experience, and I really wanted to let you guys know all about it instead of telling the same story over and over again. I figured I'd just make a channel update for you guys. 25 minutes is a long time, but whew, sorry about that. But I appreciate you guys listening if you did listen. Everything's going to get back to normal now with the channel starting, I would say, Monday. Monday I'll probably pick up and just start the series for Dragon Quest Builders and Horizon Zero Dawn and all that stuff. But yeah, thanks again for listening, guys. I appreciate you. You're all amazing. Sorry for being gone for so long, but I'm happy to be back. And well, I guess I'll see you guys in the videos and in the streams. Oh yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. Tuesday, Thursdays also, but like those are the Dragon Quest Builder ones for Monday, Wednesday, Friday. But okay, see you guys. Bye.